Welcome to FitBody Lifestyle, the show where we dive deep into the world of fitness, health, business, relationships, and the art of living a balanced life. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Greg, and we're here to give you the benefit of our experiences in the fitness and bodybuilding industry, the corporate world, running a business, personal development, and building healthy relationships.
Whether you're sweating it out in the gym, hustling in your business, or seeking balance in your everyday life, you're in the right place.
So lace up those sneakers and grab that water bottle, and let's get ready to transform our minds, our bodies, and our lives.
Welcome back to FitBody Lifestyle and our fusion hack for you today. I'm here with my handsome husband,
Hello.
Greg DeBernard, and the lovely Dr. Christine Brandl. If you haven't seen our longer episodes with Christine, they're amazing. And we really have enjoyed getting to know her better and learning all about her. And today we're going to go through some tips for you. And we're going to specifically talk about, when faced with adversity and you're competing, what kinds of things. And Christine has been, has talked about in our longer episodes that getting the Parkinson's diagnosis really right on the day that she got her pro card.
Yeah, very close.
So then what do you do? Like, what's the next step? So tell us your first tip for people. And it doesn't, we know it might not be this particular thing, but it could be, any diagnosis or anything going on in their lives.
I think the first and foremost is I sought out counseling, but just to get your team together, get people around you that you can talk out the processes, what are the options, how we deal with our anxieties by the self-talk. So a counselor, a family, friends, a coach, that'd be my first step.
It's amazing how when we are hit with adversity, that the voices in our head tell us a story, and it's very easy if you're not processing that through a sounding board, whether it's a friend, a counselor, a professional, whatever vehicle that you're using to do that, that story can become overwhelming, and it can become the way you define yourself by that story. And I think I love that advice. And the mental health is one of those things that we, especially in the sport of bodybuilding, we don't talk about building the glutes. We talk about building, the shoulders, but we don't really talk about building the mindset. And that ultimately is what's going to determine your success.
Absolutely agree.
Mm-hmm. And then when we isolate ourselves, that's where we dig that hole, and we can't really, it feels too hard to get out.
I think the emotion takes away our perception.
Yes.
And so you need someone to help bring you back to reality. Where's my perception? And just not reinvent yourself, but realize that it's okay. It just makes another unique part of your journey.
And Christine, I think, you were very transparent talking about your use of counseling, but beyond that, you also talked about your kids being your counselors. You've talked about Matt being your counselor. Yes. You've talked about, the people that you've surrounded as the village to help you process this stuff.
And sometimes it's my animals. When I come home at night, I don't want to think about anything. I don't want to talk, but they're there. They love me no matter what, and I can cry and they're there. And sometimes it's just sitting in a room of silence just to decompress. But
12 rescue dogs.
Well, I'm imagining that they could dogpile you, like they could literally cover you.
A literal dog
where's
pile.
Christine?
Yeah.
I don't know where she went. Oh, she's under the dogs.
7 of them sleep with us.
7?
But 7 sleep with us.
Do you have an mega king size bed, or
just a regular one?
Christine, I didn't ask you this, but what are the sizes of these dogs? How small to big do they range?
We've got less than 10 pounds. I've got 3. Greater than 100 pounds, we have 3 or 4, and the rest of them are about 25 to 40 pounds.
Wow. You have dogs that weigh more than 100 pounds?
I do. I've got 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Okay.
I want a picture. I got to see a picture of all of them.
When you said dog pile, you were spot on. That was not a metaphor.
Right.
That's reality. All right. So the second thing that you would suggest for people
is find a coach that has your vision.
No, wait. We talked about finding your why.
Oh,
yes.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, that's okay.
Yeah. So find the reason why you're competing or what you're doing that this disease process may affect. Is it why are you doing it? And find that purpose again. And
I think you attribute that lesson to Anne's husband, Frankie.
Yes. Yeah. Asking me what was my why.
Yeah.
Right. And he was like intrinsic versus extrinsic.
What is my personal reason for doing it? And the pro card is an external reason. So it took a while. It took a long time to find out.
We give
purpose.
some of our athletes this assignment of coming up with their personal fitness statement. And part of that is the why they're doing what they're doing. And I thought it was very interesting when you talked about it that you really struggled with that for.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, it's that arrogance that the weight training came easy. Competing was also okay. Posing became a challenge. But I didn't know, I honestly was doing it for the pro card. If you asked me, I would have said pro card. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. It took me a while to realize that I'm doing it now because it's what I can do for myself. It's the only thing in my life that is just me, myself, and I. And that empowered me to become a better athlete. Once I figured that out, I realized that I love this sport for what it does for me. And it wasn't the pro card anymore. And then that's when competing became fun.
Yeah.
And that's when the pro card comes.
That's when the pro, yeah.
Isn't that funny when you let go of it? That is when it actually happens.
Yes.
So you had you let go of that process of the pursuit of the pro card before the actual diagnosis of Parkinson's?
Yes, I had. And I think that's one reason why I handled it better.
And so after you got the diagnosis,
Yes.
how did that affect your why?
It didn't change it.
Okay.
Because I knew why.
Okay.
My love of the sport didn't change because I got an illness. It just adjusted how I'm going to have to compete.
And it adjusted maybe the part of the reason or the outcome that you want from
Right,
yeah.
right. Yeah, now it's not about winning. It's about the fact that I can get on stage and say, hey, look what I can still do. No excuses. And maybe inspire people, maybe bring awareness to a disease that's very common in the U.S. That's why I'll continue to do my why.
That's awesome.
I
That's
love that.
awesome. All right. The third thing was the Nike thing. Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
Execute on that plan.
Right. I think you have to get to a point where no more excuses. Life is short. Well, today is just as good. And I remember when we were studying depression in medical school, they said the first thing you always do is one simple step. Like if you're going to go for a walk, just put your shoes on. Tie those laces. Just take little simple steps. Don't eat the whole elephant right now. Take a bite at one end and eat that bite, and eventually you'll succeed. And I remember when my husband bought me a Stairmaster, which was my elephant. And I honestly was like, what a waste of money. But I got on there and literally did 2 minutes and added 2 minutes every other day.
Wow.
And now I can do 30 or 40 minutes. I love the machine now, but it was my elephant for a while. So I tell people it's just one step, one foot in front of the other. Just do that first step, and it makes the next one much easier.
Interested in changing your life or stepping on stage? Join FitBody Fusion today.
Experience the FitBody Fusion difference with tools, knowledge, and community support to reach your healthy and sustainable lifestyle.
We guide thousands on their fitness journeys, from seasoned athletes to those who are simply seeking a healthier life.
Our expert coaches provide personalized plans and unwavering support, empowering you to thrive.
FitBody Fusion is more than just training. It's a community. We understand the challenges of solo fitness journeys, which is why we foster a supportive environment where members encourage and motivate each other.
Join the FitBody Fusion community today and unlock your full potential.
Head to fitbodyfusion.com to sign up for a free consultation.
And do it today. There's a very old quote that I don't think has gotten popularized enough, which is the longest journey begins with the first step.
Yes.
And I just think, and we often use the elephant metaphor too, is that how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
That's
and I can't tell you how often I've used that thing, and it is just amazing. And I actually do know the data behind that psychological principle of depression is that if you take that first step, it doesn't need to be the whole thing, but the likelihood of success of executing becomes exponentially higher if you do that first action, whatever that action is.
Yeah. It makes the whole thing feel easier. It doesn't feel like you've got so far to jump that it's
well, and if your goals are short, then they're easier to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we had a whole episode on smart objectives, and that's why I prefer the concept of objectives versus goals.
Sure.
And I know people use them interchangeably, but objectives become something that is not a pie in the sky or something that I want, like a pro card, right? That's something that you don't control, but what you do control is, hey, I'm going to hit my macros every day.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to get my fiber up. Hey, I'm going to get my protein up. I'm going to do all those things that you can control.
Control
and when
the things that you can control.
That's right. And I love love this concept because it is really at the heart of what bodybuilding can do for your life, because all these principles are what bodybuilding is.
Well, and how many times do we try to control what we can't control?
Oh, well, I like hourly, daily.
And the mental fatigue that brings on and the anxiety. Oh, there's another simple quote: "Keep it simple, stupid."
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the KISS principle.
KISS.
Principle.
KISS.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Wow, you are Matt. You are Matt's wife, aren't you?
Yes.
That's something that we say in the military all the time
Yeah.
is KISS, man. KISS. Just keep it simple, stupid.
Just
you don't
keep
need
it
to
simple
do.
and it'll fall together.
The other part that I think that people will wrestle with is that. Wait, I'm talking to somebody from El Paso, so wrestle with. So, is this concept that they need to do the complex thing first instead of building the basics to build that? I've told this story that in the military, I was a tank company commander for a while, and all my soldiers wanted to execute these complex maneuvers because they're sexy, they're cool. But those complex maneuvers are based on the basic movements that you get to work up to them. It's like the first thing you learn in the military is how to march. And marching is not about marching. It is drill and ceremony to learn how to take that discipline and then translate it to the more complex things. As a physician, I'm sure that you don't go from day one of medical school and, hey, here's a patient, go ahead and operate, right? You got to work up to that.
Right. And then when we have a complicated patient, I would say start with the basics. What's the temperature? What are they complaining? Listen to the patient. They'll tell you what's wrong.
Yeah.
But right now, getting ready for my pro show, I'm working on my walk. And people are like, well, haven't you walked before? I go,
Not
nope.
like this you have.
I said, no, because it wasn't it wasn't a requirement.
Right.
I listened to what's required, and I didn't worry about the things that were not required. I made sure that I did the basic front pose, turn myself around, do the basic back pose, turn myself around, finish the thing, and walk off the stage. Because they said it doesn't help you. And so now I'm having to add it because it is part of the routine.
But the foundation that you have.
And the funny thing is the walk is one of the hardest parts. It
It
sounds
is.
like it should be simple, but to make it look...
Well, then you add Parkinson's patients who can't cross over without falling down.
Wow.
It actually adds so I'm actually walking in physical therapy. We spend 20 minutes a day just working on my walk to get ready for the show.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The fundamentals.
Yeah, just the fundamentals. But I tell people I didn't do the walk before because it was a waste of energy. I need to put my energy on the things that matter at that point. So just keep it
It's a
simple.
great lesson.
Well, and we see this all the time with people who get on stage and they want, in the NPC, they want to execute a pro routine. In fact, we were watching a show this weekend and there was an athlete who actually executed a pro routine. And the judges, what judges always tell us, they don't like that.
Right.
And two, they say, look, we're looking at your front pose and your back pose. Everything else is just an opportunity for you to show us your flaws.
Yes.
And so if you want to show us those flaws, go for it. But what we're scoring are the front and the back pose.
Yep,
so focus
it.
on that, master that, and then build everything else that you need to around it.
Yeah, I think about how many times I have athletes that are, like you said, wasting energy on things that really don't matter with what they're working on doing, but they get themselves so worked up and anxious and then stressed and then when they could just take those things, set that aside. Right. That's not important right now. These are the things that are important. I mean, that really is a brilliant way of looking at it. It's like, okay, these are the things that are important for me to master right now. Right. Let me put my energy and my effort into this. And then when those other things become important, then I'll start to put my energy and effort, because it's like eating the whole elephant at once. Right. You're worrying about 500 things when really in this moment, 3 things.
Right.
Yeah.
And the 3 things will get you a win. Just as long as the 10 things do.
That's
right. But the 3 things are so much easier to do.
You know what
and you're going to be better at those 3 things because you're not spreading yourself so thin on the 10 things.
I was just thinking about Parkinson's and you, and I'm sure, I feel pretty confident that you're not integrating a hair whip movement into your routine.
They're trying to, but no. I will tell you, the hardest part right now is to hold my hand in an elegant way and not shake.
And see, and that is going to mean more, because I said no judge to any bikini competitor ever. Well, we gave it to this athlete over you because their hair whip was better, because they did the hair whip, because they don't score that. And the hair whip is something that we see it all the time. And
the people lose their balance.
And they lose their balance, and then
there's no extra points.
And then they jiggle or something, and
they
show something.
In our
and
age
it's
group,
like,
there will be no whipping around. around.
hair whip really worth it? And instead of focusing on actually
simple.
just master the basics. I love
Yes.
that. I guess we could make that a fourth one, which is master the
Master
basics.
the
Yeah,
basics.
I like
which
that.
I love that.
And how about a fifth one? We just put a kiss in there.
Kiss.
Keep it simple and basics.
Keep it simple.
And that's how I survived medical school. What do you need for me to get an A in the class?
Right.
And
Know the
nothing
standard.
fancy.
Yeah.
Basics, and that can be an 89.9 with a round, okay? I did that.
Oh, Christine, we love you. I mean, honestly, that is
agree.
brilliant.
My GPA in medical school was a 90. Yeah, so I just wanted an A, 90.
And you got an A.
Got an A?
And you got an A. You met, and I would probably say you were in the top of your in the
Number
upper part of your class.
16 out of 106.
Wow.
Nice.
By just doing basic stuff. No frills, just what do you need me to do? I will do that.
It's a great lesson in there.
Bikini is no different. Do the basics, execute the basics, and it would be Kiss B, which is keep it simple bikini.
Yes.
So we can add that.
I was hoping you weren't going with something else with the B.
Well, and
I know.
That got where my head went.
I know. You were thinking of the Britney Spears song. I'm not going
Yes,
to do
I
that.
was.
Okay, that's a private joke.
We'll explain it after the camera.
Sounds good.
No, okay, I'm going to explain it just because people think this is
Oh
really fun.
gosh, come on, honey. Are
That
you?
Britney Spears song came out.
You better work.
And then she'd say, "You better work, bitch." And then he'd be running around the gym because at the time we had a gym in California and singing. I'm like, honey.
Well, the song was
I'm like,
on.
not
The song
everybody
was playing.
appreciates this.
The song was playing.
Okay, well then everybody asks me, what song was playing when you won your pro card? I said, on the back pose. Big girl, can you back it up? So here we are, 55-year-old women trying to have big glutes going, big girl, can you back it up? Can you back it up?
That is hilarious.
That is what I remember.
I love that you remember that.
That's the only song. And they held us for a long time. I remember that.
So you can ask Ann about doing the cockroach, and she'll know.
Okay.
Doing the cockroach at the Las Vegas airport on the right on the sidewalk as the bus let us out of our training to the song and where they had to sing "I like big butts and I cannot lie," which is the FitBody Fusion theme song.
This is the first I've heard of this.
You didn't know that?
I did
I'll
not
show
know
you the
this.
video. I
All
have it
right.
on video.
I want to see it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. So we are out of time with this. This was a lot of fun. Thank you. And let's review. So the 3 pieces of advice for any athlete facing adverse news or adversity period. The first thing is
Find your sport.
find your team.
Counseling,
Find your team. Find your team. And that's whether it's counselor, family, friends.
the above.
Find somebody to find
12
your
dogs.
12 dogs.
Yes. Or even one.
3 of which are over 100 pounds.
Know your why.
The second one is find your why, and the third we added 3, 4, 5. The third one was do it. The fourth one was kiss it,
And then kiss it
B. And the third thing was focus on the basics.
Yeah.
Focus on the basics,
Keep it
which is a
simple.
good thing in life.
Absolutely.
And you can get a hold of Dr. Brandl at
Brandl_Christine.
yes on Instagram.
Brandl.
Brandl.
On Instagram.
And the brand is to like, comment, subscribe, and leave your review so we can bring you this kind of content. And everybody remember the 3 B's.
Be good to yourself
Be good to each other.
and be safe. I
And
forgot
keep
the
it
first
simple.
one.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to FitBody Lifestyle. We hope today's episode has left you feeling motivated and equipped to tackle your fitness goals, business challenges, and the daily dance of life. Remember to value progress over perfection. Life's tough enough alone. Find the chosen family around you to help you along the way.
If you enjoyed today's episode, we'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite streaming platform. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at FitBody Fusion.